I'm Jono.
I'm Paavo.
We're Above and Beyond, and we're here in our studio in the heart of East London. Well, our third member is missing today because it's actually his birthday, so we've given him the day off, or actually he asked for the day off.
Yeah,
and we
happy
said,
birthday,
right.
Tony.
Happy birthday.
Well, originally Jono and me met up in university, I think in '99 it was.
Yeah, summer of '99.
And then within the first sort of 6 months of us starting to work together, we met Tony through Tony's brother Liam. Jono and me were doing a remix for Nitromethane, which is Tony and his brother. And Tony popped into the studio, and I think we sort of really just hit it on from the start. And our first remix was a remix for Chakra Home. Still brings me a lot of good memories. A long time ago, but still one of my favorites.
Many moons ago, indeed. Well, in Above and Beyond, we all do a bit of everything, to be honest, but I guess our main roles are me and Paavo do more of the music and production side of things, and Tony writes a lot of the lyrics to the songs. So it's a really good partnership. It's a well-rounded team, and yeah, that's why I think we've lasted 10 years now. So.
Yeah, and I think the thing with all of us in Above and Beyond is that we used to have individual studios before we started working together. So we sort of merged all our studios together into this mega studio, but it also means we all have the capability to produce tracks from start to finish.
In the DJ booth, we all do a bit of everything again, really. I mean, we're all DJs, so we take it in turns to DJ. Tony likes to say three in the squad, 2 in the team. So it's like a football team. So occasionally it'll be Tony and Paavo, be me, or we mix it up a bit, don't we?
Yeah. I think playing back to back is definitely my favourite way of DJing. It's really nice. It keeps us both really interested in the whole DJing thing.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes, really, because someone else will throw something in and then, where are we going now? It's kind of exciting that way. The music that we sign to Ajunabeats, we try to pick records that are unique, that have some kind of USP, for want of a better term, but something in the record that sounds different from other stuff that's out there. There's a lot of music that sounds like generic dance music in house or trance or any of these genres, and we try to avoid those records and get the ones that have something special about them, really. When we started DJing and doing our radio show, that was a good way of organising the music every week. So we'd download all the promos, or actually in those days we'd be sent a lot of vinyl. So it was actually almost easier in the old days, because you'd get a pile of vinyl, you'd open them up, that was the only hard bit, and then you'd just go through them, listen next. Now it's CDs, download links, don't get any vinyl anymore, and that actually makes it more complicated. I think with our CD wallets we try and make sure that we all have everything, because say if one of us missed our flight, or one of us got ill and couldn't play or something like that, then we'd be capable of doing the gig on our own.
Last year we released Ocean Lab, Sirens of the Sea album, and we're just getting ready to release the remix album, which is full of remixes of the tracks from the album. And then here in the studio we've been working on some new tunes for a new Above and Beyond album with Zoe Johnston and Richard Bedford. And we're also getting ready to do some live gigs. We've been really getting interested in the idea of seeing how we could best perform our tracks live, and especially with singers like Zoe and Richard Bedford.
Big live set there, so that's what we're working towards at the moment. But in the studio we're just working on tracks for the album, really. That's our primary focus, the next Above and Beyond album. The business model of music is obviously changing a lot, and think Beatport and stores like that will stay longer than some of the other stores that sell more mainstream music. I just feel that because of the way the business model works for those bigger artists, where they're able to go out and perform more, that's how they make their income. So potentially kind of pop music could become free, if you like. But I just think with dance music, because there are so many producers who don't actually DJ and get out there, there has to be a business model to support those people. I mean, not everybody can be doing a gig every Friday night, and I don't think everybody should, because I think there's some really talented people whose time is best spent in the studio. So that's the way I would see it going, really. How do we relax? Oh god. It's not actually the DJing, that's the easy bit. It's the travelling to and from the gigs, the waking up in the hotel room at 3 in the morning, knowing that you've got a set at 4 and you just don't feel like doing it for that 5 minutes, and then you wake up and then you're up for it. But it just, you know, it's difficult to get yourself in the right mood sometimes, and to wake up at the right times, isn't it?
Yeah.
when you know it's lunchtime and you're actually doing a DJ gig, or it's dinner time,
yeah,
and you're supposed to be having breakfast. But in the end, it's worth it because of the crowd response and everything.
Yeah, and I think we are quite clearly getting a bit more used to it. We just got back from US a couple of days ago, and we're in the studio, and I'm fairly awake.
Yeah, I managed to survive this trip